You are a police officer dispatched to a report of domestic violence at 1305 East 348th Street. Dispatch advises you that Mrs. Jones called 911 reporting that she was thrown to the ground and punched in the face by her husband, Mr. Jones. Dispatch advises you that the two are currently separated and that there was a second call from a possible witness to the incident. Another unit has been dispatched as your backup. You take a direct route to the address. As you turn onto the street and drive toward the house, you notice a red pickup truck pull out of a nearby driveway. Children run across the street and enter a house several doors down from where you are headed. At the address you were dispatched to, you see a woman sitting on the porch. She has her head in her hand and appears to be crying. You see a couple looking out of the front window of the house across the street. As you are getting out of your car, you observe two males standing in the backyard of the residence next door. As you approach the woman, you confirm her identity as Mary Sue Jones and that she has called the police. She tells you that everything is fine right now and that her husband went outside. You observe that she has a bloody lip and redness around her left eye, as well as several tiny cuts on her arms. Mrs. Jones tells you she got into an argument with her husband Paul over his excessive drinking. She said the argument began in the living room where she was thrown to the ground. You ask her to let you see where the incident happened. She leads you into the house. Inside the living room, you observe a broken coffee table with shattered glass and a lamp knocked over onto the floor. You see several empty beer bottles and a half bottle of rum sitting on the couch. You ask Mrs. Jones how she got her injuries, and she tells you that she cut herself on the broken glass from the coffee table and that Paul hit her twice in the face. When you ask, she indicates that this is not the first time Paul has gotten violent with her, and she does want to pursue charges. You take Mrs. Jones back out to the front porch and advise her that you will have EMS respond to check her injuries and that it is her option to go to the hospital. You contact dispatch and request EMS, and you advise Mrs. Jones to stay where she is. Your backup arrives on the scene and joins you. You update him with your information and observations. The two of you proceed to the backyard to speak to Mr. Jones. He tells you that Mrs. Jones started with him, yelling at him about his drinking, and she fell over the coffee table when she was trying to get a drink away from him. When you ask about the injuries to Mrs. Jones's face, Mr. Jones tells you that he doesn't know what you're talking about. He tells you that if she is hurt, it is because she broke the coffee table, and anything else, she must have done it to herself because he didn't touch her. You look at Mr. Jones's hands and observe that his right knuckles are red. He replies that he punched the wall on his way out of the house. You know that state law requires an arrest be made in domestic violence incidents where visible injuries are observed and a primary aggressor can be determined. Based on your observations, it appears that Mrs. Jones's account of the incident may be more accurate of the two accounts. She has obvious visible injuries, and it does appear that Mr. Jones was the primary aggressor. Based on this, you arrest Mr. Jones. As you will be transporting him back to jail for booking, you ask the secondary officer to speak to the neighbor in the backyard and the neighbors across the street and get witness statements from them. Your backup will obtain the statements and provide you with a supplemental report detailing his actions.